we doing today? This is week 5 out of 7. Actually, it's week 6 because last week I had to take a week off because of the burns on the neck. Those, over the 9 days of stopping the radiation treatment, have subsided. So the neck is healed up nice now. Was a long week, but actually feel pretty good. Started the treatments again on Monday and did 5 general radiation treatments around the neck. It's a little warm in spots, but for the most part, you know, it's not bad. I could deal with it. This week actually probably got a little bit more nutrition in because of that little break. But just wanted to go over, you know, a couple of things. Next week starts the last 2 weeks of treatment, which is the radiation-specific targets, where they're going to target the actual tumors inside the neck and throat. And so that starts on Monday and should be done in 10 more sessions. So looking forward to that. Hasn't been a fun ride, but wanted to go over a bunch of things that I've learned so far of what seems to work and a couple of things that don't work. But you know, what works on the neck for the outside, I found that if you can get this lotion that they've been giving me from the cancer center, the Aquaphora, it seems to add a lot of hydration into the skin. The Silverdene seems to work very well because it helps heal that blistered area. It also has lidocaine in it and an antibiotic, so it's good for the skin. Neck soaks in the tub, where I basically been getting into the tub and then submerging my neck under the, you know, room temperature water, where it seems to hydrate the skin. Kind of like when you sit in the bathtub too long and your fingers get all pruny. It kind of hydrates those skin cells. So I haven't been getting the scaling by doing more of that, you know, tub soaks around the neck. Cold compresses. Been keeping a towel that's wet in a Ziploc bag in the freezer. Take it out or keep it in the refrigerator. Take that, put it around the neck when it gets a little hot. That seems to relieve some of it, and I just figured, you know, you're supposed to put cold things on burns, so it's kind of a burn, so that's what I've been doing, and it seems to help. Daily lotion, if you have some type of skin lotion, put that on besides some of the other Aquaphoras or, you know, those things if you have to go out and you don't want to have that Silverdene lotion on there because it is white and pasty. Aloe also, and the aloe without alcohol and without lidocaine. Someone also this week told me about emu oil and tried that a little bit, but it seems to have alcohol in it as the 4th ingredient, so I'm kind of staying away from that because the alcohol dries the skin out. And then last but not least, when all else fails, hydrocodone. Seems to work pretty well in taking the pain away and making you sleep too for about 3 or 4 hours, depending on the dose. So that works on the neck. On the throat, daily have been doing the 3 salt and baking soda. Keep a jug by the sink and gargle with that at least 3 times per day. The mouth seems to be okay so far, and you know, this is 6 weeks into it, so you know, that seems to work. The other thing is I rinse also twice a day, usually in the morning and usually at night, with biotin. It's supposed to help for dry mouth, and drinking a lot of water. I found room temperature is the most comfortable. If it's too cold or if it's too hot, it doesn't seem to help. It kind of seems to aggravate the throat a little bit farther down. Juice, depending on what type of juice you like, but milk also seems to help. And then as for nutrition, Thank goodness for noodles. I've been having a lot of noodles. Little elbow macaronis that you can eat with, butter or, not sauce, because the sauce, the acid in the sauce tends to irritate the throat. But soups, chicken noodle soup, vegetable soup, things like that, smaller items that are more liquefied that help you swallow. Ice cream. Ice cream's great. I don't know if you can really taste the flavor. I taste a little bit of chocolate, but that's about it. Veggie juices and fruit juices work. Pudding. Protein supplements. If you can get some protein supplements that add some carbohydrates and some fat protein and calories, that seems to be helping. Whey protein. Get a bottle of whey protein from, I got it from Sam's Club, and seems to work okay. Make it, the vanilla whey protein I've been putting into milkshakes and drinking the milkshakes. It seems to fill me up a little bit, and it adds, like 350 calories every time you have a shake. Gravy. Putting gravy on noodles, egg noodles, things like that. Just gravying things up helps things slide down. I did find that last week we had pot roast, and it was a pot roast cooked in the crock pot that just fell apart and was covered with gravy, and I was able to eat that, which was great. It was a great feeling. Cereal seems to work very well, depending on what you like, except for those cereal that remains kind of hard and crunchy. That was kind of tough, so I've been sticking to like the Rice Krispies or things like that. And then eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein. Try to have an egg. I've been able to eat a hard-boiled egg. I've been able to eat scrambled eggs, some eggs over easy. That seems to work sometimes over a bed of rice, because the rice is smaller, but it needs to be kind of smothered with something like butter and stuff like that. No soda. Soda, I've never been a big soda drinker anyway, but it seems that the carbonation of the soda kind of irritates the throat as it's going down. So I've been staying away from the soda, which seems to work. No dry foods. Can't have crackers. Can't have chips. Can't have bread. Unless you take the bread and break it up and put it into chicken broth inside your soup or something like that. So that seems to work in order to get a little bit of bread protein in there. But other than that, talked to the doctor on Monday. Things seem to be going okay. Blood tests are coming back okay. Got another chemo next week. The disappointing news this week was I asked him about taste, because it's just disheartening not being able to taste anything. And he said, well, for some people taste will never come back. For some people, for most people, not 100% of the taste will come back. But there is a chance that it may. It usually takes a few months. I've looked online, and most people say after a couple of months, after the radiation chemo, they start to get some taste back. I'm hoping that's the case, because living life without tasting food, it's very difficult to force yourself to eat. But you have to do it. So, eat multiple meals, eat small amounts, eat whenever you can. And so that's the tip, and that's this week in neck and throat cancer. Hope to see you next week. Have a great one. Bye.